was on the inside that there were certain people within the organizations that were hiring these kids for one purpose and one purpose only. As far as wrestlers themselves, there was always been talk of some up-and-coming, good-looking young wrestlers who were put in situations that if they wanted to further their career, if they wanted to advance, if they wanted to climb that ladder, that they would have to cooperate. And if they did not, then their career would be nowhere.
Former wrestler Barry Orton also accuses the hierarchy of the WWF of homosexual harassment. Orton implicates two top executives, the former vice president of operations, Pat Patterson, and his former assistant, Terry Garvin, as well as ring announcer Mel Phillips. He told us that Garvin came on to him.
About 40 miles out of Amarillo, heading west on Interstate 40, he started proposing that I allow him to perform a certain sexual task on me while I was driving. And, you know, I said, no, I'm not that way.
What is your knowledge of the upper management of WWF using their power for sexual favors?
If they saw an opportunity, they would grab it. With the ring assistants, the ring boys, I can remember in Chicago, one of the ring assistants who was rather young came up to me and asked me about Terry Garvin, and that he was kind of being harassed, and asked for my advice on what he should do.
Former WWF referee Mike Clark says Garvin also approached him in a hotel room.
He said, if you want to come to the television tapings, I'll bring you to the next television tapings, and I'll book you across every event in Canada. And I said, geez, that would be great. And he then said to me, he says, well, how would you like to lie on the bed and have me perform oral sex on you? And I'll give you $500.
Clark turned Garvin down, but he says there were other approaches.
They said to me that you needed a green card to come to the United States to work. And the only way that was feasible was if you became a member of what they call the Cream Team.
Cream Team? What is that supposed to mean?
Well, this is what they call the ring crew, the people who set up the rings and the referees throughout the United States that are doing sexual favors for certain bosses in the World Wrestling Federation. The bosses on top of this Cream Team business were Terry Garvin and Pat Patterson. They were the main two culprits with this Cream Team, the whole issue of hiring youngsters due to getting sexual favors.
Clark also named Mel Phillips, calling him the sickest of the three.
One story in Allentown was that when you mentioned this Mel Phillips, I was told that when he was caught with a young boy in a car, they talked to this young boy and said, why? Why are you allowing this? And he says, well, he says, I get to go to all the TV tapings here in Allentown or Hamburg, both for free. I get to meet a lot of the wrestlers they introduced me to and even take pictures with a lot of them. You know, that's why.
Phillips was in charge of hiring ring crews. He allegedly lured boys as young as 12 or 13 with promises they couldn't resist. Though Mcmahon has gone on record saying that he wasn't aware of any child sex abuse, we have learned that he fired Phillips a few years ago because he suspected these activities. He then hired him back.